welcome to another video. Today I'll be showing you how I clean out my guinea pig's cage. This is a new cage that I got him last Thursday. It's much bigger one. Donald free ranges, so it's never closed. It's open 24/7. So the first thing I do is take him out of the cage so it's easier for me to clean it out. He lives on his own because when we got him he had a chest infection which he can pass on to other guinea pigs, and then he had a fungal infection around his mouth and nose, so he wasn't able to get him a friend because he could have passed it on to the other guinea pig. And the next thing I do is take off the wire bit of the cage because at this new cage the opening is at the top instead of the front. I have to reach over in order to get the bedding out. So I put on some disposable gloves to clean the guinea pig out. I don't use a scoop, I just use my hands to scoop the soiled bedding. And I just take out these bowls that I have collected over the week when I bought him food. I take them out so I can wash them later on. Then he has this cardboard litter box which is filled with newspaper, bedding, hay, which he loves to dig in and sleep in. I don't use a hay rack because I think they're pretty dangerous, just in case his mouth gets stuck in the hay rack, the wire bit of it. And the next thing I do is put in the soiled bedding into a bag, which then I take out outside. As I said, I don't use a scoop, I just use my hands. I think it's so much easier. So as I said, Donald free ranges 24/7. I never shut the gate, the wire part of the cage. He just jumps in and out whenever he wants. He uses the cage to eat and sometimes even sleep. But I think he prefers it this way, and I know that he has more space and I wouldn't want him to be shut in this cage 24/7. So I sometimes disinfect. This time I didn't, but I use a vinegar and water solution. So the next thing I do is just take it out outside, and he's Rocky. He wants to go outside as well. So here's Rocky helping me again. I get the new bedding. I use these shavings. I think they're called Snowflake, I think. They have a really strong smell, so I'm looking for a better bedding. I want to try out fleece because having shavings is pretty expensive and it does get annoying when it's messy, and it's in my room, so whenever I walk it gets on the carpet and it's pretty hard to clean them out. Because the bedding is so tightly compressed, I just take it apart and spread it out evenly. I don't do such a huge layer because it wastes a lot of bedding and Donald doesn't use it. He usually pees in the litter box, and I try to clean the litter box every 2 days maybe, so at least 3 times a week. It does get pretty messy because he sleeps in it, pees in it, etc. And then the next thing I do is take the wire part of the cage and put it back on top of the platform. And here's just Rocky watching me what I'm doing. I take out the water bottle because I need to clean it out and fill it with fresh water. Then sometimes I reuse the litter box, sometimes I just get a new one. I'm thinking about getting a plastic one just so it's reusable. And I just fill it with newspaper. I use at least 3 pages, 4 pages. Then I add some shavings because he pees in the litter box, so it absorbs all the pee and it doesn't make it smell as bad, and it makes the litter box last longer. And then on top of the bedding I just put on some hay. I add new hay every day. Then I put the litter box inside the cage. In the old cage I used to put it outside of the cage because it had less space. Now that it has more space, I put it inside. And then I fill up his bowl with his favorite pellet food. It's just pellets and pea flakes. And I keep his hay and pellets in his boxes because I don't like the bags to be in my room. It takes up a lot of space, and I just keep them in a shed or under the stair cupboard. And then I just fill it up with new water. I usually use cold water because I think Donald prefers it more. I'm really bad at refilling his water bottle every day. Like, my guinea pig isn't the biggest water drinker. I don't know if anyone can relate, but he just doesn't drink it. I guess he gets it from other vegetables and such as cucumber. And then I shake this blanket out of any bedding because this is his entrance, and I prefer to keep a blanket because when he jumps out, the bedding sticks to the blanket and it doesn't go all over the floor. I also add on his bed that when he jumps, it's easier for him to jump onto, and then I just sweep the floor of any bedding that got onto the floor while I was cleaning out. And this is the finished cage. It's I like to keep it all organized. I just keep a simple setup of it, nothing too special. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you next time. Bye!